When this golden retriever went into labor, not even its owner knew it would give birth to cow pups, but it happened. And there's another dog on this list that delivers a green pup. First though, let's look at what this Northern Carolina family woke up to. Number 5. North Carolina German Shepherd. Ever heard of a bright green puppy? Well, if not, you're just at the right place. We're here to prove to you that these things do sometimes happen. When this North Carolina family saw their German Shepherd Gypsy go into labor, they were all excited. The family expected beautifully colored puppies with normal coats, but after giving birth to a litter of 8 puppies, it turned out that one of them was not a normal pup. The family could not believe their eyes when the 4th newborn arrived. It was covered in a bright, light green tint, making it stand out against its white and black furred siblings. The family decided to name the strange pup Hulk thanks to its temperament, but sometimes the family calls it Mr. Green. According to a vet technician, the green color was probably caused by meconium, which is an infant's earliest stool that the pup encountered moments before birth. However, this coat is just temporary and will later fade away as the pup matures. Number 4. The Confused Golden Retriever. Katie and John Black work as the heads of the Neuse River Golden Retriever Rescue. But of all the years they have been rescuing dogs, nothing seems so thrilling and confusing at the same time as what they encountered with Rosie, a golden retriever. Rosie was brought in at the rescue center fully pregnant. Not even her foster parents knew what she was carrying inside her stomach. They didn't have any profile of her pregnancy, so they did not have any expectations for what the puppies would look like. All they knew was that Rosie would give birth to normal golden retriever puppies, but as it turned out, the opposite just happened, and the story of Rosie became an internet sensation. Rosie ended up giving birth to 4 puppies that didn't quite look like her. Her foster parents were in shock. Instead of the puppies taken after their mom's golden fur, they ended up with coats that resembled little beautiful Frisian heifers. Still in disbelief, her foster parents took a photo of the pups and posted it on Reddit with the caption, "Not quite what we were expecting. Our foster dog and golden mix gave birth yesterday to baby cows." The photo caused a stir online as people got torn between calling them puppies or little cows. Well, whatever biological explanation there is for the black and white coats in the puppies, I don't know. But honestly, this unique coat was a blessing in disguise, because as soon as the puppies grew up, they were all up for adoption, including their mother. And with that, we come to today's best pick. Today's images feature a dog that seems to be lying pregnant on the ground, deep in labor. Let's find out more about this image with Number 3. Billy's dog refuses to give birth. Dogs can sometimes be difficult to understand, and sometimes they pass messages that we as human beings fail to comprehend. Just like how Billy got stuck when his dog refused to give birth. Unsure what could be ailing his dog, Billy decided to call a local veterinarian. But even the vet was left in shock when he first laid eyes on the poor animal. He had never encountered such a situation in the many years he has been working with animals. A dog fully pregnant but unable to go into labor. Now that must be a different case altogether. So the vet decided to take an ultrasound of the dog, and boy, what he saw was even more baffling. He was left with millions of questions, but ultimately he knew the dog needed immediate attention. So he simply took the dog away with him without speaking a word to Billy. Billy was confused, not sure what was going on, but a few minutes later, the vet appeared again in the waiting room, and this time around without the dog. He told Billy that he had just called the police and that they were on their way. This was shocking for Billy. He didn't expect things to take a turn this fast, but what was going on? Probably the dog just needed some special attention and not from the vet. Well, to try and clear the air, the vet made it clear that the dog needed surgery because there was something abnormal in its stomach. And so when the police arrived, they worked closely with the vet to help sedate the pregnant dog that was now lying almost lifeless. But it seems the police didn't just come to help the vet, they also wanted to question Billy. This was getting weirder than Billy expected, and as Billy was in the process of answering questions about himself and the dog he had owned since his youthful years, he heard the vet expressing disbelief from the surgery room. "I can't believe this," said the vet. Billy knew things were not okay, but he was not sure what exactly the vet had discovered inside the dog's stomach. Billy went ahead to cooperate with the police and willingly provided all the necessary information about the dog, including how it got pregnant. It all started about a year ago, when Billy, his wife Erica, and their 4-year-old son Tim wanted a second dog after one of their favorite pets named Rio passed away. And because his son wanted a puppy, Billy was so keen to make sure their next dog looked like their then beloved pet Rio. After voting, they settled on a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, considering that Rio had been a terrier as well. And now it was another hard task of looking for a licensed breeder for their next dog. They did an online search and managed to schedule an appointment with 2 breeders. Sadly, their appointment was unsuccessful as they did not get what they were looking for. Disappointed, they decided to return home, but after driving for a few minutes, they spotted an animal shelter and decided to enter to check if they could be lucky. Although they didn't get exactly what they were looking for, they were lucky to adopt a puppy at the shelter, which amazed both Tim and Erica thanks to its startling, unique dark brown eyes. From the look of it, the puppy resembled a terrier, possibly one of its parents was a terrier. After living with the puppy for a year and even naming it Alicia, it was now mature and ready to get pregnant. However, their efforts to get Alicia pregnant failed. They finally turned to an old friend who promised to get Alicia pregnant immediately, and to their surprise, it worked, and now their dog was pregnant. Billy was so excited, although he still held some doubts about the man. And so, when his dog refused to give birth, he knew it must have something to do with the way his dog was impregnated. And the moment Billy called the vet, this was the beginning of all his troubles. After being grilled by the police for some time, he was eventually shown a picture of potential criminals and asked if he could identify the person in the picture. Billy was dead shocked. The image was that of an old friend, an expert who helped him get his dog Alicia pregnant. Billy wondered why the man was listed among the suspects. He wondered if it could have a connection with Alicia being unable to give birth. After some suspenseful moments, the police eventually clarified the situation, noting that the man was in fact not an expert when it comes to dogs, but he also had a history of criminal medical activities. The police were already looking for him and had notified vets because he tests new medical treatments on different animals. While still in the waiting room, they heard a loud noise from the surgery room. "We've got it!" Billy and the police rushed to the surgery room to confirm what it was, and that's when it dawned on Billy exactly what the vet had seen in the ultrasound. The dog was fitted with an illegally made medical chip in its belly by the expert who helped to get it pregnant. And together with the police, the vet removed the chip and helped Alicia give birth safely. But that's not all. What the dog gave birth to was equally baffling. They were not normal dogs, but rare species which could be potentially worth a lot of money. Billy named one of the rare puppies Murphy, and they ended up bonding well. Eventually, the police would use the same chip to track down the suspect and lock him up, giving him a taste of his own medicine. Number 2. Labrador gives birth to a shocking puppy. A Spanish Labrador owner, Elaine Cooper, was hoping to get cute puppies when her dog went into labor. The 2-year-old chocolate Labrador named Millie managed to give birth to 4 male puppies and 1 girl in her first litter. But what stunned the owner about that litter was not just the sex of the pups, but rather the fact that the female pup was totally different from her male siblings. She wasn't golden like her fellow siblings, rather she had a unique green tinge. The tinge is said to have been caused by a substance called biliverdin found in the placenta. The little rare pup was named after a character from Shrek, Fifi. The owner says it's a rare condition, and Fifi might just be the 3rd case in the world. Number 1. Golden Retriever's rare surprise pup. Louise Sutherland of Scotland was excited when her retriever named Rio gave birth to a total of 9 puppies in 1 litter. But as she observed them coming, she could notice one of them was not like the others. The 3-year-old Rio had given birth to 1 puppy that was a deep mint green in color. The excited Sutherland named the little gem Forest. Well, this made Louise an overnight celebrity, considering that the condition is rare and the pup might be among the very few puppies in the world born with such a condition. Thanks for watching.